Yeah, this is like a celebrity pork cork board.
Ooh,
Hey.
let's ham it up. It appears that we have a pita pocket of crazy here. There's
a wiener in there.
what? So is this a pork wiener? I guess it is.
I hope it is. Oh, that's fried taters.
Oh yeah, this is like a fair dish because it's got the onion. Today we use our noodles.
Consider noodles, or as I call them, food worms. They're slippery, slimy, and oh so delicious.
And we're not the only ones who think they're delicious. Almost a dart at that country over there on our map. Chase, our resident cartographer.
Oh, there he's back.
Gotten
There
very
he is.
spry. Hello, Chase, cartographer.
Oh, hello.
He's
Link.
gonna be measuring
There.
our distance to the correct answer. And as always, the shortest total distance at the end wins the game. And the loser is going to be disciplined with a wet noodle and good mythical more. Now, Link, you got a pretty bad track record with this, and so we usually give you a cheat. And your advantage today is you're going to have, for one round, the Nart, which is a noodle dart, where you can take a handful of noodles and chunk them right at the board. The closest thing from the noodles or the sauce or whatever, that's your answer.
You know what? I don't want to use that. Just kidding. I definitely want to use that. Let's do it.
Oh, okay. Really going hard right from the beginning here. We have a full fish.
Wow, is this a perch perched on a noodle? Let's see. I'm gonna eat the head because
That's where the sweet meat is.
sweet meat.
Oh gosh, there's a lot of, there's bones. There's
This-
bones in them there fish.
It doesn't seem like this is a cohesive dish in my eyeballs.
Your eyeballs?
Oh, it's spicy.
Ooh, spicy, that's a hint.
Spicy fish dish with garden peas in it. Now, since you extended me the nicety of a nart, I'm gonna let you go second for the first round to give you a little bit of advantage to kick things off, okay?
Okay, I'm not sure what the advantage is, but I'll take it.
Well, hearing my reasoning.
Oh, okay.
So, if you're gonna throw a fish on pasta, you probably need to be near an ocean. And that severely narrows it down to remove Mongolia.
Yep.
Okay, I feel like the Norwegians just like, they'll have something really nice and then they'll just slam a fish on it.
You know what?
Which seems to be exactly what happened.
Right. Not bad, not bad.
So I'm going for the Norway.
Aim high, my friend.
Oh, and that's close! Kind of.
Link, I think you are inadvertently near the right answer, but I don't think it's Norway.
You think
Because
it's Italy?
the spice in this is not something that a Norwegian would set their tongue near. I think that this is a branzino fish. This is something that you would see maybe in Spain or Italy. I'm gonna aim right in between them and see what happens.
Oh, and
Almost hit Norway.
Yeah, there you go. So we reasoned for each other. Stevie, what's the word?
Okay, guys, this is pasta jollof, which can be made a variety of ways, but starts with pureed tomatoes and bell peppers, fried in vegetable oil, and often includes garlic, chicken stock, curry powder, carrots, peas, and even whole roasted fish, popular in Nigeria.
Oh, okay.
Nigeria?
Yeah, you're a little bit closer.
Hey, that's on an ocean.
It is.
Link, you had 20. Rhett, 21.
Ooh, so close to each other. Okay, there's a lot in here. There's like a pork rind. Ooh, pork.
There's pork blood.
There's
man.
pork blood, cubes, a rib. What the heck is that?
There's
That's
a
like
lime?
That's like a pork knuckle.
I'm just going for the noodle.
Oh, you don't want the pork blood, the pork rind, and the cabbage, and the lime?
Just trying to get the flavor profile here.
It tastes good if you dodge the pork blood.
There's some spice in there.
Okay, so you're going first now.
I don't know. I feel like in some ways this is like reminiscent of what you would like throw into like a pho. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like the similar types of flavors with the lime and then the broth. So I feel like we are in the eastern part of the world. I don't know. I'm gonna go for Thailand. I'm going for Thailand, or I'm going home.
Definitely seems like something in a.
Or the Philippines.
Okay. This does seem like what my dad would call Thai food.
Yep.
He saw the sign and he said it. Yes, I agree with that. But are they trying to trick us? And is it something?
In Norway.
Yes.
It could be distinctly Norwegian.
I mean, they have everything in Canada.
That, you know what? You're totally right. And if this is Canada, you could pull away and make it almost impossible for me to come back right now.
Okay, yeah. Oh, he said Canada. I'm gonna jump on that one.
You don't know, man. I mean, you're right, though.
I mean, I think it's Thailand. Honestly, I don't know what else it could be. Thailand! Here y'all come.
Oh, gosh. Here y'all come? It might be Mongolia.
I just need to practice darts on my own.
No, we can't practice darts on our own.
Maybe it is Mongolia.
That would be cheating.
I hope it's Mongolia. A lot of pigs in there.
You just ate Kanom Chin Nam Niao, a soup made from rice noodles, pork ribs, tomatoes, fried chilies and garlic, fermented soybean, and coagulated
Yum.
pork blood, famous in the cuisine of northern Thailand.
Thailand.
Thailand!
Okay, I was right. Of course, you were right,
Yep.
and we both threw
We're both
wrong.
right,
I
but
threw
wrong.
more wrong.
Rhett had 9, Link had 16.
Oh, okay. I just gained a little ground.
It's okay, though.
Just a little bit.
Still close. We're still in there.
What do you know? It's purple pasta.
Yeah, it looks like earthworms covered in coconut. Smells good. It's cheese.
Yeah. I didn't think it was coconut.
So we got some grated cheese. I'm presuming it's Parmesan.
Pretty simple flavor profile here.
Those are some beautiful purple noodles.
Just tastes like spaghetti.
I'm gonna throw first. It's great. Let's see, where does this great tasting earthworm-like spaghetti noodle with Parmesan come from other than Italy? I mean, I don't know what, I just can't think of it being anywhere else. So with 100% confidence, I am aiming for Italy. Here it comes. Oh, I'm always drawn to the Norway.
Man, this is really, really tough. Because Italy is a very logical answer.
You thinking too logical?
But I feel like we're actually moving into Spain, where the Spanish were like, let's mix it up and make it purple. I'm going to Spain.
Oh,
Greenland! Okay, I think I might have just screwed myself up a little bit.
Yeah, you did. That was a welcome toss. Stevie?
Okay, this is spaghetti all'ubriaco, which means drunken pasta. For this dish, spaghetti is boiled in red wine and then finished in a sauce of garlic, olive oil, and more red wine. And you
red
can
wine
enjoy
stained?
some of this dish the next time you're in Italy.
Italy. Okay, you got it.
I've never been this right. I just want to feel it for a moment.
Link had 9, Rhett had 19.
Oh yeah, you're in the lead.
Yes.
You're in the lead again. Back and forth, man.
Infected mucus-colored pasta.
Okay.
With, what is that on top? Is that cheese or onion? That's some
There's another cheese.
shredded parm.
It's
No, that's
it's
not
parm.
Parmesan.
That's like a sheep's cheese or something.
Woo! That is a strong cheese, dude. And then the noodle.
Wow, that is unusual.
This is, yeah, I can't put my finger on it, even though I'm putting my finger on it. It tastes,
Okay.
that cheese is a lot for me. The noodles, I cannot quite place what the,
Because I wanted
what
to
the
say like
spice is.
a
Can you?
a pesto, but it's not. It's not a pesto. Okay. Here's the problem. I know you still got the nart to use, right? I think this is gonna be one of the most effective cheats that you've ever been given. And so I've got to make a risky, bold move to separate myself, or maybe just completely blow the game here. I can't play it safe. Something about Argentina is calling my name. And that's not the first time that's happened.
don't call my name.
For no reason other than just pure blind intuition, I'm going for Argentina.
Oh, he hit South America. All right, listen, dude.
Philippines was my other guess, but I feel like I had to make a choice.
You're right.
Oh.
That this is sheep cheese. This is sheepy.
Which makes me think Argentina as well. You know,
Makes me think Mongolia. You seen the sheep in Mongolia lately?
they're really pumping out the milk.
Cheese.
You
Pumping
gotta
out the cheese.
You got to do something with it.
This is and especially because I don't know what that is on it, but it's not mate. That's an Argentinian thing. This is Mongolia, brother. Going from Mongolia, leaving you in the dust.
Well, If you're right, you definitely have.
Whoops. Went to the left of it, but I will accept that. Please tell me that I'm right, Stevie.
This is espaguete verde, a spaghetti dish tossed in a spicy sauce made from roasted poblano peppers, crema, and cilantro, and it's served in Mexico.
Oh, okay. Wow, I just made up some space. Whoa, but Link.
Now, but was that sheep cheese or no?
Yes. Correct.
Yes.
It's sheep's manchego.
Hey, at least I got that right after you told it to me.
Rhett had 19, Link had 50.
Oh, ouch, Neil, ouch. We got some kind of spaghetti with hot dogs in it. That's what's happening right now.
And who's gonna argue with that?
It's like a bolognese sauce with some straight up shredded cheddar cheese.
At least appears to be cheddar cheese, but let's be sure.
I don't think they're fooling us. If they put hot dogs in their pasta, I think they're probably putting cheddar cheese in there as well.
Man, that's a good grandma invention. Grandmas in what part of the world are serving this up to children and making them happy?
It's a very sweet tomato sauce.
Now, I get to go first for this final round, and I'm gonna use my nart. So,
I'm just gonna keep eating because this is really good. This is like something I would have made for myself in
Gosh,
like
there it
7th
is.
grade.
Full scoop?
actually, you know what? I don't want any shredded cheese because I don't want to dry up any of my sauce.
The cheese is free.
Just put it in this thing. Okay, thank you. Okay,
That's really tasty.
yeah. I highly recommend that no matter where you live on the Earth. Or off the Earth, I don't care.
Very sophisticated too.
Take that to the International Space Station where some of this noodle's about to go. I just can't imagine anywhere on Earth where they wouldn't want to add hot dogs to spaghetti.
Right.
But I do hear Argentina calling my name.
I'm familiar with that feeling.
Link.
I think it may be Chase under his breath, though.
Link.
Okay, so I'm going for Argentina. They got meats down there, lots of them.
Lots of meats.
Okay, all right, Chase. All right. You're not really that close to the board, but whatever.
More for the set.
Not okay, thank you. So I'm gonna try to splay it from Spain, Nigeria, all the way down to Argentina with one of these motions. Don't cry for me, Argentina.
Okay, well.
I covered the whole left side of the map.
So you definitely got Argentina, Mexico, and Canada. You may have even gotten a little Spain and Italy over there. I think this might be Canada because it feels like the kind of thing.
You better hope it's not.
No, I think you might be right, and it unintentionally, because this feels like the kind of thing that's like, did you know that they put hot dogs in spaghetti in Canada? I think this is a Canadian thing, and I think I'm moving to Canada because of it.
Well, your defensive move might pay off.
I hit Canada.
Good shot, by the way. You did hit the Canada.
Just ate sweet spaghetti
So
made
sweet.
with ground meat, hot dogs, cheddar cheese, and tomato sauce, sweetened with banana ketchup, served as a comfort food in the Philippines.
Oh!
So did I make a ground?
I don't know if the camera can see this, but there's a tiny little one right here next to Thailand.
Oh, come on!
That came off my pinky.
Actually, there's one right there next to the Philippines too.
Wow.
I'm pretty happy.
Well, what's the difference here? Because I'm 27, so.
Well, Link was 2 and Rhett was 65.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, looks like I'm getting slapped with a wet noodle in Good Mythical More.
And, you know, I'm honored to have won, but I feel a little dirty
You should.
about it. But this only because of this.
Thanks for liking, commenting, and subscribing.
You know what time it is.
Hello, I'm Cynthia from Tampa, Florida, and this is my mythical beast noodle.
Released in 2003. Wrong Turn is a bloody slasher that spawned 5 increasingly bloody and booby sequels, with the latest released in 2014. There should be a reboot coming out soon though, since they finished filming it last winter. The Wrong Turn films, which follow a group of messed up cannibals in the mountains of West Virginia, flourished in the age of Saw and Final Destination, and boy does it show. Most of these movies focus on the blood and guts spewing from casts of bland, mean-spirited spirited characters. The settings swap places, the filming quality varies, and the only consistent character is a single cannibalistic killer, the high-pitched squealing three-finger. I hope y'all are ready for one long summer barbecue, because this People Eatin' series is gonna take us to the end of July. Though I do have something lined up for the more squeamish among you too. Just give me a few weeks to get it ready, you're gonna love it. The first wrong turn, much like the first Saw and Final Destination, is not nearly as gory as its torture porny sequels. It's also much simpler than some of the later films. All we have here, story-wise, is a group of college kids getting stranded in rural West Virginia and subsequently hunted by cannibal mountain mutants. Though the kills aren't as graphic as what we'll see later in the franchise, this is still a mighty bloody movie, which is why today's episode is sponsored. Total AV offers real of your How many college kids will become calories for these cannibals? Let's find out and get to the kills. The movie begins in the Mountain State, which, by the way, pretty boring nickname, West Virginia. Rich and Haley, a handsome, fit couple, are climbing one of these West Virginian mountains to get a good gander at all that unspoiled nature. As Haley struggles to finish the climb, Rich is killed off screen. His body does a little peekaboo and drips some blood onto Haley before it's yeeted off the cliff by the unseen killer. Haley eventually falls and lands right next to Rich's body. She almost makes it back to their SUV, but she's tripped by razor wire and killed off screen after her body is dragged away. The opening credits show us that lately, a whole bunch of crimes have been committed by mountain men who are deformed from inbreeding. A common trope when it comes to Appalachia that I'm sure those fine folks are just fucking thrilled about. It's on an Appalachian highway that hunky med student Chris Flynn, played by Desmond Harrington, gets caught in standstill traffic. Since he has an important appointment to get to, he turns around hoping to find another way. Careful dude, you're driving off the grid now. Though thankfully, that Nokia can double as a blunt instrument if need be. He gets to a gas station tended by a one-tooth Pepto-Bismol chugging dirty man and sees on a map there might be a way around the traffic jam. Bear Mountain Road, which the attendant says is dirt.
Bet they ain't got around to paving it yet.
That's no deterrence for Chris, who rides his Mustang to a fork in the road and turns left for Bear Mountain. Racing through the woods, Chris jams out to Queens of the Stone Age's debut album, which, is a good album and all, but this is 2003. Rated R and Songs for the Deaf are out. What are you doing, dude? A dead deer on the side of the road distracts Chris from these feel-good hits of the summer, and he crashes his car into the back of a Range Rover. The owners come out of the woodwork to see what happened to their SUV, which was sitting in the middle of the road because their tires blew out after they drove over some razor wire. And as Jesse here just discovered, that wire wasn't there by accident.
I just found this tied to a tree back there. Somebody did this.
Jesse decides to take a group including Chris to go look for help, leaving horny couple Evan and Francine behind at the Range No Longer Rover. Evan's played by Kevin Zegers, smack dab between his quadrilogy of Air Bud films and his role in the Dawn of the Dead remake, while Francine is played by Lindy Booth, who was also in the Dawn of the Dead remake, as well as the Bon Jovi co-starring Cry Wolf, which Chelsea and I covered on the podcast a couple of years ago.
Bon Jovi gets. I'm not making it up, that is actually what happens.
The two of them get high and stare at the world through yellow-tinted safety goggles until they decide to do something a bit more fun.
Now get them trousers off, boy, don't be a sissy.
Damn, is she Riley gonna grant him a blowjob in the middle of the woods? Talk about roadside service. Later on, they look through Chris's car, and as Francine disrespects Josh Homme, Evan wanders into the woods to get killed. It happens off screen, but he's probably dead by time Francine finds his ear on the ground. The dramatic push-ins are a good sign of death, you know? Francine's not far behind on the kill count, since she backs into a towering figure who slips some razor wire around her head and garrots her through the mouth with it. Chris properly introduces himself to Scott, an affable tall glass of baritone played by Jeremy Sisto, who has lifelong goodwill with me thanks to Suburgatory. Scott's engaged to Sporty Spice Carly, played by Emmanuel Shrieky, and he has very strong opinions about James Brown-esque singers for their wedding band.
You know, a faux James Brown is really quite intolerable.
Chris also gets acquainted with the no-nonsense Jesse, who is of course played by Eliza Dushku, still riding all that star power brought on by Bring It On. They travel past dead ends and through the wilderness until they find an old cabin, a discovery they celebrate with some Jay-Z.
Can I get a...
But ain't no one here to bounce with them. This place is as dead as all the rusting vehicles out on the lawn. Chris decides to chance an unlawful entrance in hopes of finding a phone to use. Inside, they find way too many car keys for one household to need, and way too many sunglasses, and way too many jaws. One family don't need all them jaws, I don't care how big it is. Nah, it's pretty clear pretty soon that the people who live here are hungry, hungry cannibals, and are also the ones who wrapped all that razor wire around their tires. And in case you wanted more bad news, looks like the cannibals are here, arriving in a tow truck and adding the Range Rover to their treasure field of vehicles. With the back door blocked off, the kids are forced to hide from the mountain men as they come inside, and try not to freak out too much when they see Francine's dead body. Uh-oh, Chris, might want to dodge her blood that's coming right for you. Chris and Jesse stay silent as the killers get to work on Francine's body, taking a huge saw and cutting it to pieces. Also watching this dismemberment through a kind of crazy keyhole shot is Carly and Scott. Stay quiet now, y'all. They do, long enough for the cannibals to take a snooze, even though they've only quartered 1/4 of that Francine corpse. That kind of work ethic will get you nowhere, you sleepy bastards. It allows all of the kids to come out from hiding, but as they're leaving this cabin of trauma, the door spring nearly ruins their sneaking. Chris sacrifices his hand flesh to keep it from making noise, but he's ultimately unable to keep the mountain men from waking. They all run, up the mountain, I guess, as the cannibals take off in their tow truck. Really like the zoom shot here as they hoot and holler their hunt on. The survivors run through the woods until they find themselves at another field of broken vehicles, showing the vast extent of this cannibal family's crime spree. Speaking of the mass murderers, here they are now. Sawtooth, One Eye, and the littlest feller, Three Finger. Wrong Turn was written by Alan B. McElroy, who also wrote Halloween 4, which is why I got to meet him in 2018 when Halloween Horror Nights had a solid Halloween 4 made. His Cannibal Mountain Men characters really grabbed Stan Winston's attention, who produced this film with a special eye towards the killers.
I let everyone know it was going to be very important to me that we create the most memorable and horrific and real inbred mountain men that anyone has ever seen.
Stan Winston was, of course, a makeup effects legend, responsible for the Terminator, the Predator, Edward Scissorhands, and the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park. The Mountain Men, though, were mostly designed by Winston's protege, Shane Mahan, who based the characters' deformities on medical references to ensure accuracy. And the effects artists weren't the only ones taking the characters seriously. Actor Ted Clark gave One Eye a childlike portrayal, while the late Gary Robbins, a Canadian pro wrestler, played Sawtooth with lumbering menace. Julian Richings gave all his manic energy to Three Finger, which is hilarious when you see how pleasant the British Canadian is behind scenes.
Hello. Nice to meet you.
Richings also had a small part as a vagrant in Saw 4.
The fuck are you looking at?
And was seen on the kill count for The Witch, where he banished Thomason's family from town. The trio of torture cannibals leave their truck running as they hunt, so Scott devises a way for the kids to commandeer it. One person will lead the killers in the wrong direction, while the others run to the truck. Huh, that sounds like a classic military maneuver.
It's a classic military move.
Thought so. Chris volunteers as tribute, but the plan quickly fails when he takes a bullet to the leg. Scott is inspired to save the classic military maneuver, giving the mountain men a new chase that really excites Three Finger. As the killers pursue Scott, the ladies help Chris up and take him over to the truck, where Evan's body spills out, confirming that he is in fact dead. They take the vehicle and drive down the road until they get close to Scott, who they see running through the woods. They don't see Sawtooth hunting Scott, loading up arrows like an Urukai. Scott's near salvation is stopped when he gets full-on Boromir, filled with arrows all up in his back that drop him to the ground dead. Sorry, Carly, but y'all should should probably get the fuck out of there now. It's too late for Scott, whose body is dragged away by Sawtooth and One Eye as Three Finger gallops along. Carly's in hysterics as the remaining trio find their new motorized transportation stopped by a fallen tree and some road mud. That forces them to continue on foot, which may prove to be dangerous given all these bear traps and such. Damn, cannibal hunters, you all sorts of dangerous, huh? The kids come across a watchtower, which might just have a phone or radio inside. They make the long ascent, partially in front of a woefully 2003 green screen, and climb up through the hatch into the tower. Oh shit, this reminds me of that Firewatch game. Any y'all play that? Good game. They find a first aid kit and some industrial-sized glow sticks, but the real prize discovery is an old radio. As they try to figure out how to work it, they see the cannibals approaching down below with torches. The killers are just about to keep on walking by when the radio comes to life and alerts them to the kids' location. As Three Finger climbs up the ladder, the kids barricade the hatch and do a very piss-poor job of relaying their location.
I don't know my position. Just help us.
The final kibosh is put on the radio plan when it's yanked from their hands, I guess from the wires going down below. Unable to get in, the killers decide to smoke the survivors out and set the watchtower on fire. The kids realize that their best course of action is to jump 20 feet into the tree branches below, and like many a flying squirrel, that's exactly what they do. After Chris comes Carly, and then finally Jessie, who does an elbow drop looking fall and lands square on her side. Fucking ouch. As Three Finger once again begins an ascent to get him, the kids start creeping through the canopy. Carly gets slowed down by flying arrows though, and is killed when Three Finger swings an axe into her mouth. We get a very awesome and creatively shot kill as we see that she's been half decapitated, with her body tumbling down the tree branches like a Jurassic Park explorer. Love this damn kill. The filmmakers put a lot of care into making sure this was a memorable death. It started with rehearsals of the initial axe swing, which they wanted to be practical, and continued with a lot of storyboarding for the shot of her body falling down, which of course had to be CG. Even for that shot though, they used a practical tree that Emmanuelle Shrieky stuck her head through before they animated the rest of the shot, including the tree, the branches, and the body. Great stuff. Chris and is to jump 20 feet into the tree branches below, and like many a flying squirrel, that's exactly what they do. After Chris comes Carly, and then finally Jessie, who does an elbow drop looking fall and lands square on her side. Fucking ouch. As Three Finger once again begins an ascent to get him, the kids start creeping through the canopy. Carly gets slowed down by flying arrows though, and is killed when Three Finger swings an axe into her mouth. We get a very awesome and creatively shot kill as we see that she's been half decapitated, with her body tumbling down the tree branches like a Jurassic Park explorer. Love this damn kill. The filmmakers put a lot of care into making sure this was a memorable death. It started with rehearsals of the initial axe swing, which they wanted to be practical, and continued with a lot of storyboarding for the shot of her body falling down, which of course had to be CG. Even for that shot though, they used a practical tree that, which of course continued. Started with rehearsals, put a lot of branches like a Jurassic Park explorer. Love this damn kill. The filmmakers put a lot of care into making sure this was a memorable death. It started with rehearsals of the initial axe swing, which they wanted to be practical, and continued with a lot of storyboarding for the shot of her body falling down, which of course had to be CG. Even for that shot though, they used a practical tree that Emmanuelle Shrieky stuck her head through before they animated the rest of the shot, including the tree, the branches, and the body. Great stuff. Chris and Jessie sneak away and rig up a trap with a tree branch. As Chris harnesses its elastic energy, Jessie employs a classic military maneuver by getting Three Finger to come after her. It works, and as he approaches her, making nasty noises, Chris lets loose with the tree branch and knocks the little bastard out of the tree. But don't worry, Sawtooth and One Eye, he's not dead. Did you see a kill graphic appear? Didn't think so. Chris and Jessie make it to a waterfall that they hide behind as the cannibal hunters pass. Together, they rebandage Chris's wound, talk about Jessie's dead friends, and quote Goodwill Hunting.
It's not your fault.
They camp there overnight and come morning, slide their way down some rocks to continue on trying to escape this endless forest of death. They finally come across a road, only to also come across